What is your most valuable asset? Everybody knows it is your time. I'm going to show you how to get at least 20 hours back in your week. I, like most people, used to be so wasteful with my time. I used to give my time and energy to people and things that sucked my energy. Of course, that led to burnout and just wanting to quit so many times. Over the years, I learned 7 principles that have completely changed my life. I now end the day with more energy than I ever had before, and I don't work that hard because I'm working so much smarter. I have spent tens of thousands of dollars, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching and other things that help me learn these principles, and I'm gonna put them in this short video here. The crazy thing is, a lot of people talk about being the first in the office and the last one out as if it's a badge of courage. But what if you could protect your time so much that you could be the last one in and the first one out? Or better yet, don't even have to go into the office because you use your time so wisely. If you can master all these principles that I'm getting ready to go over, game over. If you can even master principle number 6 and number 7, you will have more time than you know what to do with. Hi, I'm Tony Javier, founder of multiple successful businesses, including an Inc. 5000 rated real estate investment company. And I make these videos to show entrepreneurs and executives how to dramatically increase their income while working much less. Just as I've learned to run my companies in just a few hours a week, I now teach others how to make way more money in way less time. All right, so let's dive in. So number 1 is put a value on your time. A lot of people just do things not thinking, what is this costing me? Is your time worth $5 an hour? Is your time worth $15 an hour? Is it worth $10,000 an hour? I think it should be worth at least $100 an hour. I don't care how much money you're making, put a value on your time and make sure it's at least $100 an hour. For me, my time is worth $10,000 an hour. I want to do $10,000 an hour activities, and you'll see that in the activities assessment video that I'm going to do later. By putting a value on your time, what you can do is you can see the things that you're doing and say, is this worth my time, or is this something that I need to delegate to somebody else, or something that I just don't need to be doing at all? The big mistake people make, again, is just not having a value. Put a value on your time, think of that number, and anytime you're doing something, think, is this worth my time? All right, number 2 is be selfish. A lot of people say, why are you so selfish? Well, you know what? I like when people say I'm selfish. You know why? Because I'm doing what's best for me. And when I do what's best for me, it's going to help everybody else. All right, let me explain that. So when I used to go into the office, people would ask me a lot of questions and I would be helping other people. I'd be like, okay, here's the answer to this. Here's the answer to that. And guess what? Me as the business owner, I feel like my time is most valuable. And when I'm selfish with my time and tell my staff that I need my time to finish the things that I need to do, that is me being selfish. It's because it's going to help the whole company. If I spend my time trying to help everybody else, I'm not going to be able to accomplish my mission, which is to create businesses, to empower employees, and put great people in place to push our vision forward. There's actually a study that showed that people who had the highest rates of cancer are typically those that were trying to please other people. So just remember, it's okay to be selfish. It's kind of like when you're on an airplane and they say, put your mask on first so you can help other people. Help yourself first, be selfish, and think of yourself and how you can provide more energy, or you can have more energy for yourself by doing things that can give you energy. That way you can push things forward, create that vision, and push everything forward so much easier and so much faster. What if I could show you how to make way more money working half the time you are now? I want to show you my 3-step system that I use to go from 60 to 80-hour weeks to now only working a few hours a week in my businesses. The truth is, I actually don't really have to go to work even those few hours a week. If I don't show up, I actually still get paid. In fact, a couple years ago, I got really sick and really couldn't fully work for about a year. And not only did my businesses run without me, they actually did record numbers, doing millions and millions of dollars in business without me. Now I'm on a mission to help as many people to create a business that runs without them, or at the very least, the ability to cut your work week to 5 hours or less. If you need my help doing that, you can go to tonyjavier.com/automation, where I'm going to share my 3-step process to help you do the same. So go to tonyjavier.com/automation to book a call with me and my team. All right, number 3 is time block. There's a Harvard study that showed when they gave students something and they time blocked it, put a date and time that it was going to be done, they were exponentially more likely to get it done, and they were able to get it done faster and get it done better. So there's some gurus that say you shouldn't even have a to-do list. You need to take that to-do list and you need to put it on your calendar, because if it's not on your calendar, it's much less likely to be done. And some people say if it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. So take blocks of 30 minutes to an hour in your week and block times to do the most important things. And think about the things that you're doing every single week that you can time block, such as financials or looking at your marketing. Things that are really important to drive your business, you need to have a consistent time block for those every single week. Time block and you will accomplish more, and you will accomplish it much faster and much better. Number 4, set alarms. If you're like most people, you have a lot of appointments throughout the day. So rather than looking at your watch or looking at your computer and seeing what time it is, set an alarm for 3 minutes before your Zoom meetings or a few minutes before you need to leave the office for appointments. This was a complete game changer for me. I used to look at the time all the time, and now I have multiple alarms each day that go off to tell me when my next appointment is. So that way I can just laser focus on what I'm doing at the time. iPhone has a simple alarm system. All you have to do is go in there, set the alarms, or better yet, you can say, Siri, set my alarm for 7 a.m. Or you can say, Siri, set my alarm for 9:55 a.m. You can also use alarms for your time blocks. So when you're time blocking something, put an alarm, put a timer, so that way you know how much time you have. And when the alarm goes off, it's time to move on to something else or finish up what you have. Number 5, avoid multitasking. A lot of people think that they can multitask, but there's no such thing as multitasking. A lot of people are in Zoom meetings, sending emails, checking their phone, and guess what? They can do all of those things in a short amount of time, but they're not very effective. Imagine if I was shooting videos like this and every few minutes I would check my phone and start sending messages. It would be super ineffective. Not only would these videos not be as good, but I would also not be able to answer messages as well, because I'm thinking about this while I'm doing that, or vice versa. That's one of the great things about time blocking, is that you are time blocking time for one thing or a set of things, maybe things that you chunk together. So if you think to yourself, I'm a great multitasker, you need to second guess that. All right, number 6 is turn off notifications. And I'm mostly talking about audible notifications. I'm on Zoom sometimes and I hear people's phones dinging, I hear their computers dinging, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how can you concentrate? It's actually an addiction. I literally have no audible notifications on except for my alarm. And even my computer, I don't have any notifications popping up on the right side. Every once in a while, I will get a notification that pops up on my computer because some kind of setting got reset. I always take that notification off. There's nothing worse than being focused on something and something dinging or something coming up on your computer and messing you up. I mentioned number 6, which is this one, and number 7 could be a game changer. And if you did only these, that would make a huge difference. So many people have notifications where they're dinging. Emails, those are the worst things. If you have emails popping up on your phone, take those off. Now I do have Facebook notifications as well as text message notifications, but I have it silent so that I can check those when I want to, not every time it dings. They say that people lose an hour to 2 hours a day because of distractions. And I bet you 90% of it is because of notifications. So right after we're done with this video, go turn off all of your notifications. I promise you it will be a game changer. And number 7, just say no. There's so many things you can say no to. Business opportunities, meetings, especially those you got a minute meetings, or can I pick your brain meetings? There are so many things that you take on every single day that you could say no to. In fact, I just stopped going to all of my team meetings. I have a great team in place. We have a great scorecard and KPI system where they report their numbers every other week. And you would think that's something that's really important. But the amount of opportunity or something that's lost in those meetings, I can make up by a video, a relationship, a podcast, something that really drives what I'm doing forward a lot faster than just doing a team meeting. You can imagine how many messages I get from Messenger or text or all kinds of other places where people are asking me to either meet or they're asking me to look at an opportunity. And I have to say no to over 90% of them. The times that I used to say yes to all of those things, it was such a distraction. So be wise what you say yes to and what you say no to, because every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So I really hope this video helped you to understand how valuable your time is and how you can protect it. What it comes down to is you need your own system. These are things that I have in my system. You should take 1 or 2 of these and try and implement them right away. And if they all resonate with you, try and implement 1 or 2 a week. If you try and do all of these at the same time, you might get a little overwhelmed. Again, just try a couple of these. Number 6 and number 7 will free up your mind so much. So I would probably start with those. Remember, as a business owner, and some of you guys may be executives of a company, your time is the most valuable. So if you enjoyed this video about protecting your time, this next video on the activities assessment is going to blow your mind. Go check that out now.